I've heard from others about your achievements, but if you had to single out the most important one during your time as Vice-Chancellor, what would it be?
I will probably link it in a general sense with the being able to manage the relation between government and the university. Under the PNDC, remember.
Why was that important?
Critical. Because the university had elements in it which were awkward for the regime.
Okay.
Students, even lecturers, who were doing things that the military regime, remember, it was a military regime, didn't like. But that's one part of it. The other part of it was that life was very hard in those days, the middle 80s. And students had been used to being dependent upon government support. In those days, it was a free education, free meals, free everything. So as the government became harder up, right, they were squeezing the university more and more.
Depriving the people of what they previously used to enjoy.
Absolutely. So the students had all manner of complaints against government.
Oh, I see.
That's one. There were also workers' problems with government as well, overpay. The point I'm making,
of service then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is that part of the job of the Vice-Chancellor is to protect the university and defend its right to autonomy against everybody, including government.
I see.
But not easy at the best of times. And against a military government which was used to doing things its own way. It was very tricky. And I think one of the things for which I am most grateful was that I was able, because I had contacts in government, as well as enemies in government, as well as friends, and had the students' confidence, I was able to help to manage the very rough times until for 1988 or so, when governments got so angry that they announced on radio that the university should be closed that day by 7 o'clock.
Really?
And police cars came up, led by an armored car with lights flashing. Pew, pew. That morning, we'd been to the PNDC because of the problem with the students, explaining to government that sometimes students demonstrate on campus. We let them do it. They break for lunch and go home. So often it's best to not interfere with it.
So it will naturally come to its course.
They were not happy with it. So on our return to campus, we saw this situation. We had to move immediately because it was very clear that no matter how right you are, when students and police clash, there's a problem.
Yeah.
So we had to do whatever we could to prevent the clash. We would argue the case afterwards, we would challenge government afterwards, but for now, empty the campus. Can you imagine students who were, some of them were in town in Accra, had to come back and pack and so on.
Yeah, before they go.
With a very tolerant help of the commander of the unit that came on campus, I forget his name, the police commander. We told him, look, let's clear the campus. You stay out of it. So the police stayed in their trucks.
All through.
And we used all the lecturers and everybody to clear the campus. We were to do it by 7 o'clock. But I'm saying this because had we not been able to manage that problem,
it escalated into a serious crisis.
The row happens, police shoot somebody, and so on.